A lot of credit should be given to 10th Planet for not only establishing the concept of regeneration, but also introducing one of the show's greatest villains in the Cybermen, both concepts kind of marrying together quite effectively. Unfortunately, where this story struggles is that those elements aren't really the main focus. We get some interesting hints to these ideas, but for the most part, we're mainly just stuck at the snow base, kind of waiting for the problem to resolve itself. Essentially, we don't get a good look into the idea of how Mondas is causing damage to Earth. The fact that it's draining energy, but there's no real consequences for Earth, it's just the characters waiting for Mondas to destroy itself. It's a little underwhelming. It's a shame we get hints to interesting ideas, but otherwise we're kind of stuck with a fairly dull supporting cast. The General is kind of the closest, but he's very one-note aggressive. The atypical character you usually get in this story, so he's not that sympathetic when you have his son potentially giving up his life to save Earth. And Ben and Polly, while I like them, this is not one of their strongest outings. And as for the Doctor himself, he gets a few fun lines and obviously his iconic speech about emotions, but otherwise you can tell that Hartnell's health was really taking a toll, considering he's absent for basically the entirety of episode 3 and spends most of it unconscious. This does help to sell the effect that the Doctor is dying, but it does come at the cost of him having much substance in this episode, which is a shame because you can see hints to that with him already knowing Mondas. There is a degree of mystery surrounding why he already has this knowledge, potentially having met the Cybermen before, but it just reinforces the idea that a more interesting story is happening off screen, and what we're left with isn't terrible, but it's not the most mind-blowing thing. I do love the Mondasian Cybermen both in design and concept. There is a degree of understanding that sometimes it's best left to the imagination, but overall I do think more could have been done to spice up this episode.